Pareti yakamba chindu alini kuti kubatira kwati baida abintu zozozifika zozo mukweza ziko kumbuyo na kupweza kuti misokolizo muziko ziko mkwambiri.
Yeah, Zikomo, Mr. MK. We really appreciate your contribution all the way from the circuit. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Makokwa.
Hello, good morning.
Morning, Makokwa.
Ensang.
Nice for my Makokwa.
Sang.
I want to disagree with the second caller to say people of Southern Province guys, when you go on the ground, go with factual. Tell the people what you want to do. Tell the people what you're supposed to do. Don't go there on the ground with the name of the PF. Meanwhile, you don't have anything to offer to the people. So if these guys, they are saying people of Southern Province, which means they are telling us about the tribe. So can you move from that way? Come to Ise Mushidako, but to Ise Chapam. You can't get a number 0 Pula. You can't get a number 40 Central Province. Number then about if I we about the Mundi, why haven't you on if you are a politician? Go on the ground with fact. Maya Kuya Musha go there and campaign. So don't divide this country. We are one Zambia, one nation. Let us unite and come together, be Zambians. Thank you, Makokwa.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I appreciate it.
So
Welcome.
hello, good morning.
Morning.
Yes, your name, where are you calling us from?
Yeah, from Livingston.
Your name again?
Yeah, Wamaiti.
Yes, that's Livandani, Wako Livingston.
Arnold Dimokosiku from Livingston, Zambia.
Mr. Arnold, go ahead and give us your thoughts.
Yeah. We went to Mawa. Sometimes when I'm working, because I come back and small again, work Southern Province, which most of the so, no matter when I'm going to Catholic, when I'm going to get Funakwa. Mohana. So, the simple como cola, when I'm going to watch the quick ticket, you can do more Zunda, or so, about Kridovandi who come at least Nakola Zina Mopin Sakwa, those 2 months have been no work out in Province and Wagan Zapwan.
Zikomo, Mr. Arnold.
Yeah, otherwise, school money.
Was the surname Schwarzenegger?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you're calling us from?
My name is T.S.
Your name again?
T.S.
P.S.
T.S. Bravo Channel supporter.
T.S. Please go ahead.
Sorry for your team's loss.
Yes. I'm happy to see you, Dashi.
Finally, we can hear your voice.
Sure.
Yeah. Unasema mwenga tetera sana.
Tatotera.
Mkai, wombe ni mtende mkai.
Tatotera mkai wombe mtende.
Nice.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning, ma'am.
Hello, mwashubuken po mkwai.
Yeah, mkwai mwashubuken Madrid.
Pape win out va Auntie Catherine.
Auntie Catherine was.
Mkwai tupata overspeed.
Go ahead and give us your thoughts.
Mkwai, aho ture konka programs twatotera. Nami posha bonse mu studio.
Twatotera.
Mkwai. But people chita clarify that it's not a church. Namba chala bashani kozi ya period na ipite ya kuchitafa hoi. Mwamona imi wombele ya ba ICZ. Ifita pali fe ya Rufyengo. Nala ibu kushaba bashon Tembo. Wali mwala ansi na UPND. So tuwaliba wale tuati no manishi. Tuikele shani ma businesses yesu bakala ya umuntu alichinja yole bomba kashu umuntu alichinja fyonse kujamba documents bali mu alliance na UPND so lichi bali mu alliance ne chechi tabayishibe awe chitachiwembe ala kusa kuma abo abale chita design mwe bantu abale chita withdraw chena tachiweme okukuipa democracy tatwa mwene po mabuteko yapita kunu moko echibipishe ba UPND katwishinga tabale fwa kukwata ma competitors tabale fwa tabafwa okutitala competition wino national landlevy mona ni UNIP yale sangwa pa ballot amaezi yonse MMD yale sangwa pa ballot amaezi yonse PF yale sangwa pa ballot yali sangwa bale sangwa ba mena ba ruling aba ino bali mo position pa ballot but beneli baisa chisha shupa chisha kosa kachakweba chinaba bomba coding nafo bale chita deliver why ukukwata omwenso wakutyaba nawo bale chita compete tachiweme ukoko bale ya independent kwa ba independent na UPND abene bale andati tule imini na fweka chaba twala makukweba ma independent kwa chiteni withdraw so that baya no oppose no mani democracy aba pesa baya mu parliament freely fe ba jack muimbu shuwa freely ba mwinde freely fe kwa bula kwa kuchitana campaign awa chichena tachiweme bakani ngabale mulati na baleta abene batikateka with rule of law pena apata pani no kuba fyonse fe balelanda fyapera fe papeni fyapera fe mumenshi ababomba fe bwino competition yabako muno abantu twalanda chawali tekere nomba history yena ya naifwa kuli ba UPND tukalabe ebukisha fye mkweba ti mumona ne fe balexta mu parliament mona ne ma bills yo balepanga eilengere bill 7 yine batupangire eilengere fyonse fi so fyonse tukalabe ebukisha shani tukalaba ebafachawa ababela tabatutekere bwino mwamona kuli ba mundu bilena ba makebi au twatotera lefo twali ba waledi ku social media twale munatio kwabo kwebati bala bachita disqualify twati nishi amana bana mu campaign kubecha kubachita disqualify kuli finish ma Zambians mira ndushi bapangire so ifyo chaba chili fye bwino teni background ni brand ni mundu bilena makebi na achirila na ngutamuli omo mu ma seats na yambi omo tulevota ifo tuleresha kumutwe Eko tulero shakuli bakateka. Chisma mwombe bui.
Twatotera mkwai. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my friends.
Yes, good morning.
Thank you very much. And I've suffered, my brothers. It's like your system doesn't accommodate MTN lines. When people are not calling in, your number is reachable. Immediately people start calling. These other networks are not accepted, like MTN. I've tried now 2 numbers.
Go ahead and give us your thoughts. Thanks that you corrected. Please go ahead and give us your thoughts on the matter.
What are you saying?
Give us your contribution.
Anyway, first of all, look at the masses you are saving. Some people, their minds are tuned to the extent that they can't listen to any piece of advice. They can't listen to any correction. Like our immediate past caller. You have explained there as what it was.
Mr. Nkumba, would you rather give your own thought as opposed to attacking the other caller?
To believe certain things and not to listen to any correction. That's the unfortunate part of the masses you are saving. This is why you need to do more in order to save people from this. I don't know whether it is imprisonment or whatever. Or mind, I don't know, mind capture. They have been captured to the extent that it is difficult to educate them. With regard to Shoni Tembo and the PEP, I think we have sufficient laws in this country that should punish people like Shoni Tembo. It could be that they are executing Plan B as announced by the late President Lungu. Imagine someone who wants to dent the image of this government. Also, incite Zambians to rise against public officers with regard to his political party. Why can't we punish such? Don't we have such laws that can punish such people? Denting the image of the president, of government, also incite Zambians to rise against a public officer just because he has been employed by this government and is working with the for UPN government. Why don't we punish such a people? I think we have sufficient laws. Look, even Vagarin Kompona was joined Plan B, confirming the rumors we used to hear about him, about his relationship with the PF and everything else. It's unfortunate. With regard to those who are withdrawing, my friends, for example, let me give you an example of Liua. Who can win Mr. Stumbeko Musokotwani? Who? Are you sure? Look at who was contesting against the UPND in Ndundumwezi. Was there any Mundubile party member? Was there? These were UPND people who were frustrated because they were left out, and they chose to go independent way. And after some time, they have healed. They felt, no, they don't need to compete against each other. If someone decides to withdraw, then you say democracy is gone. Why didn't you take your member there? You don't have any member in Nicaragua. Here in Nicaragua, we don't have anyone from Mundubile party. We only had one from Kalava party who has realized that he can't fight against the good cause. And he has withdrawn. Should you blame UPND for that?
Thank you so much, Mr. Munonge.
My friends, do
we appreciate
more.
your contribution.
You have a big job.
Hello, good morning. Hello.
So coming back under the second, Moses. Ine wamai chinikamba kuja ulibe vantu wamene wangaimiriko vanga challenge wamene wainjira weka going and oppose kulibe vantu wamene kuja nge democracy mniyo nangu ukaluze but kulibe vantu. You remember wamai teachers nzokana kwenda kumunzenzo yo particularly free teachers. So meaning the environment was not good. So what I'm simply saying, in a democratic nation, even the people who are there must be encouraged to stand. Going and oppose is a very bad picture to the party that is ruling. You don't do that. I encourage people coming to the area. Can you stand against Wajaki Mwimbu? Whether you are going to lose or what, that's democracy.
You've exhausted your 30 seconds. Thank you so much. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, Makokwa and the panel.
Good morning, thanks. How are you doing?
Fine, and how are you?
Very well.
Sure.
Makokwa.
Yeah.
Muziva ababena ngolo bakambati bachita pull out. Or maybe they are one of those bali na certificate ya fake. Muziva kuta forgery ma certificate ni mulando akatita realize aziva ati aine naenda. Angachite pull out. So not to see judging, it's better when the bankara nae pansi bamufunza wachitira chani pull out unalipira ndrama zambiri mwaona. So we can't judge ujazi wa vamene achitira pull out zikomo
kambi.
Thank you so much. We do have another caller on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, your name and where you calling us from?
Good morning. I'm Mr. Simfukwe, a senior citizen from Chirenje South.
Mr. Simfukwe, go ahead and give us your thoughts.
Yes. You remember in those days, in Kaunda era, Kaunda Baremina Nahari Manga Kumbura. Aremina from morning up to 18 hours, he was unopposed. There was no law that when Muntoko Wire, they put a support. When you form a political party, have structures. Structures. That's democracy. You can't put away the chairman constituency at Indian criminal. But Brian Mundubira Makedi Zulu. Navari Quatama, Alan Paquimina, Navarian Kumina Quaquineguri. So there's no problem. Don't blame UPND at no, there's no democracy. There's democracy. Also, Akapita will check you. Akapita. Already, we have got about 16 MPs. So, Mulande Mteshani, Mwere Mduvile na Makedi Zulu. White Hawaii became a 70 constituencies. So, these are brave gains. Not you, we take democracy. No. In those days, we were there when we were young in Malafiarwayo. Vakumbura varekita having our ministers are opposed because you need to go. You could not go to Southern Province and few. Thank you.
Thank you so much, senior citizen. It's good to hear your thoughts from Chirenje South. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, where are you calling?
I'm calling from Nakonde.
Madam Nawila, go ahead and give us your thoughts.
I just want to express my disappointment. We bakuri bayusu barelanda sana balefoya ukuba involved in more politics. But here we are. Tabaleya mukuti tanani kane mukurembesha kwati narenya vati compete vave ama MPs vave ama councillors vave citizen avo abantu avo bene vale vati vakuru valeya no pause nomba nishinji toyeni vayoti kulandalanda so you just want to be appointed go and compete ukwe vati moneke ukwe vati vayuze po mwavo nomba munepo atokupange chongo vati vayuze this could have been your year nomba tabulepo okuyata compete. But let's withdraw. We are withdraw now for some reason for withdrawing. Why are you complaining on their behalf? Thank you so much.
Tutotera mkwai ba Nawila all the way from Nakonde, and another caller. It's through the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, panel.
Good morning,
Hello.
sir. Your name and where you calling us from?
My name's Simakalanga Elvis, calling you from Luansha.
Mr. Elvis, how is Luansha this morning?
Luansha is okay. Luansha is booming. Luansha is coming back to its feet.
It's evident from the energy, obviously, we can tell. And we are glad that you called. Give us your thoughts.
Thank you. Your Excellency, why are you sad? Yes. You should be like that.
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks.
I just want to make a contribution as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zambia is now a peaceful nation. And let us not create a mountain where it shouldn't be. We are a united nation. And let us not even cite any tribe to be superior to the others. No. I remember the other time, because I've lived some good years. Let me not incite the nation. The time when the current president was incarcerated in prison, some of us, we couldn't even sleep because we never knew to say, we know the law. We never knew of this. But this time, even those whom they call political prisoners, I'm sure they are just enjoying, even if they are fasting, they are just enjoying the prison. So, fellow Zambians, as we go into these elections, let us be one and united. Here in Luansha, all the political parties are campaigning freely without any intimidation, without anything, and we are completely united. All what we are wishing is just a successful election. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Elvis. It's good to hear from you all the way from Luansha. Hello, good morning. Hello. We couldn't get through to that particular caller, but we have another one on the line. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mashuken Mkaibonse.
Mashuken.
Tumina kumwense newo mlenga.
Ba mlenga kumwense.
Mkwai kuruwa pula.
Konganye ni
natotera sana. Inecho ningalanja kumunokwe bati cha number 1 tentwika tanelo tuli kuma election. Beva kapatulwa kamitundu wawe. Nene uleranda pano ukulinga nefyo mbwefyo uteko bulechita. Nde tuta support wa HH uno mwaka. Kulonde tumeni kulwa pula province. If you have ngamulepanga ma structures kula batu levo kumira bu president cha number 1 ufira wakwata branch chairman wakwata ward wakwata na constituency wakwata district na province bala bantu ebalengo kutira mukwata makadents munchende uno mwikele so muntu ngatapangira ma structures mwichetekero kwa batu kwa kadent ukevinga kulia awe so ife fintu ifyo ngachakwata fibombeke bwiro bele tumule mfuati yo kubashita bapita na opozi bashita shani uyote mulando tureke kupatulura kapatulura kamitundu ya bena ba Southern Province ina kupatula iki ku Southern Province na libombela ko sana bala bantu abasuma sana kaya abantu abamutende sana ife tufoku tuba fo afi kubalanfya afya pa bulomulando ele fya be fintu mumwe badelando ko bati yo aleya yo chile bashani kwati linalami bati kopa belt na Lusaka te Zambia awo Zambia yakumana ifire umuntu kupita fuida kwata ma provinces ali 10 so bafino tulera like iye ni Luapula province abantu badetasha kulingana nefyo abamwene fyo butego badetasha bulebomba through CDF imo munchende mo mwikeri omunga mwalibere fyo kutanta meni chiteni shani ndo mina tutasha bana beso bali ya kuma school free feto atasha omuntu twamutanya no kumutasha tekwamba kulanda vyolukela lukosa yona vichitashani ngana fikosa fumeni kwa mwikere mumatauni mule shingulu kafi inchita yakuya mukutantamina yali pita seri mutantame ambeni kufola chile mpya barisa mbesa mpishafi tu iyo lani kane dola mulera ndapwati yo dola ndalama shani ba PF basangire ndalama basangire dola ili pa 7 kwacha basa isha pa 22 kwacha HH isa asanga 22 kwacha dola lero ili pa 18 kwacha nisha batuntuli banani ero kaipa mukumo ine chimbe cho ningana chako monokwe bati fimwe findu ngefine ndale tule tasha
mukulekeresha
lenga wa pasta mukwana la puisa tefindu fyo muntu enga wamya pasta imo ini yawe bali mwe bale ibepa already to amyebo kutira ayo 70 constituency matabe miki abantu mujetakiro ko bati kuti mwawina muri yo style wawe labeni kofie kuisala ndapali fyo mwana ndefya ila 80 rubuto 2031 not this time. This time the body na.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning, ma.
Yeah, I'm calling from Kitwe.
And your name is?
My name is Lucia.
Your name again?
Lucia.
Lucia.
Yes.
Please, Madam Lucia, go ahead and give us your thoughts.
Yeah, na ine wine ndefo kulanda kokweba tini. Infibalela ndati itia kweba tiyo bale pita. Ukokulwa pula bale tasha tiyo wale bomba. Bese batashe pampana nkane pali education ya isa lero. Mwaka unda bafeshi besi bale sambida mwaka unda. Takwa licha kushitama buku mwaka unda bale wapela fionte free. Takwa licha kushitama bope ni bale wapela fionte free. Takwa licha kushitama uniformo bale wapela fionte free. That's why letter free education. Nishi free education nili kuisa kushonte mabuku bala shitabana ama uniformo bala shita nitapate bala shita. Kwa mwaka unda kwa free education takwa licha kushita fionte echo. Na fionte bale bapela free. Nombe free education nishiya bela kuisa elo mklasa abani wamwe iteshadi. 70 umwana ngazo wakuskula le amkwika la panshi koma imapanga ndazura si olala ikale to kuntanshi ngachewa ara ekale kunuma so that basita ngale funda kuntanshi kuliko ke wenga mona mwana teta mona ngandi akola tinacherwa so akula imapanga ndasita wazera ikala kuntanshi na mkachikula ngala cherwa nishala ikala panshi kuna kaka kutokulanda kutufini mkwa inatote
Totera mkwa Lucia from Kitwe. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello. We're having a unstable connection rather there, and we couldn't get what
Wombe mashibukeni.
Yeah, mkwai mashibukeni.
Mkwai.
Nibada right mimi nakoisa.
Ba James wale tumina kutoku chingola.
Ba James, go ahead, konkanya nipo.
Apa neri ya chiri ya mibombe neri ya kino chesu cha Zambia. Apa tapari pochi mbiji chionze cha bombe kama PNG. Ifintu ubo afya takodi. Apa ubo afya tapari instaturole finisha. Apo bonta baderando kweba tiyo ba PF pari ofa matapabo kwa bomba. Nango aina free education intubare tako tapari poteti ule amukusambira pangani bake tusangenza Mr. Padi na totera mko
we're bringing a few more calls before we get
good morning muzire twani barabais
kiruna ba mzwile
nani niliza kwa Chirundu kina Solomon Makokwa
wo Solomon mutwani
Muiketire.
Iketire, mutwani ko.
Wanda shi mutwani ka 4.
We're trying it. Yo, I'm trying.
I just have a few submissions. One, the government does not force people to go in their government schools. There are those who can afford to go and take their children into private school where their children will sit comfortable. So government schools are there for everyone. So let's not say no. The government, the free education was under UNIP. Yes, UNIP. The population, when you look at Kaunda's time, the population we are less than 10,000 10 million when Kaunda left in 1994. So when you look at the population now, the population is high. No wonder even the University of Zambia, the sewer system was clogged because it was not meant for those millions who are there now. So the pot is big. Also, when you say there's an allegation that one woman from Overspill Chipata, she said the ECZ are the ones who announced that paper was a church. ECZ never announced that. It came from Mr. Sean Tembo himself, who said our party has been designated into a church. So that statement never came from ECZ. So she misled. She was lying. I don't know. She was misleading the masses. Then also on the democracy does not mean that everyone, when you see something, when you know that your road is not taking you anywhere, you're able to make a U-turn. So withdrawing is also part of democracy. They're not, no, those are family people. They were all UPND. It was just that out of anger, they said, let me go independent. Just to test the waters. After testing the waters, no, I can't swim. I can't cross the Zambezi. Let me withdraw and sit back and support the one who has been chosen by the party. We saw former ministers withdrawing. So when they were withdrawing, that wasn't democracy. It was democratic. Everyone has a right. So let's not demonize these who are withdrawing. Let's applaud them so that no, ECZ, even the government does not waste enough paper. So in those that just have papers come, they print less. I submit.
Thank you so much. We've gotten a few calls, quite a number of them rather. It's time now to check into our inbox and find out what is happening, Sakosi. But even as we're getting ready with the messages, there's pretty much interesting comments that are coming through from the people.
Yes, and I pick on Madam Lucia from Kitwe, who spoke about free education and that children are clogged in classes. Mu class because there are a lot of them it's sad. It's really sad that the situation is like that, especially in Kitwe. But I'll tell you one thing, and I know that it's across the country where we have a lot of children. 2 million children have come back. Is it 200,000, 2 million, or somewhere there, have come back to school, those that were out of school. But you know the most interesting part is that according to the Examinations Council of Zambia, they have recorded an increase in the pass rate from grade 12, grade 9, and grade 7s. They've shown, statistics show that we have an increase of pupils that are passing their exams. So for me to allege that children are not learning anything in school because they are clogged in these classes, that might not be true, according to the statistics that we have seen. So I think that, yes, it may not be comfortable for children to be 100 of them in a class or 80 of them in a class, but they are learning. And statistics show that a lot of them are passing their exams. About those that are withdrawing, firstly, when you look at it critically, as Mr. Nkumbwa said, it's independents that are deciding now not to go ahead. But look, how many political parties do we have in this country? And if there was a political party, there's a presence of a political party in Kembe, why did they not file in a candidate?
The candidates, really.
Yeah. And why would political parties be depending on independents? They would have filed in their candidates in Kembe. They would have filed in their candidates in Liua. They would have filed in the candidates in Dudumwezi. They would have filed in their candidates in Choma South. They would have filed in their candidates in Kazungura North. They would have filed in their candidates. Now that you didn't field your candidates in these areas, and those that decided to stand have for their own reasons. The other caller says maybe they have discovered that they don't have the qualifications. They have decided to stand off, or maybe they don't have. I decided I don't have enough money for this campaign. Let me pull out. or maybe for whatever reason, or maybe after consulting, Mr. Nkumbwa said after realizing that I'm a member of this political party, I cannot go against my political party, I decide to withdraw. It becomes a problem with your political party. How? So I think that political parties should have fielded candidates in all these areas. There was a story that was not confirmed that they have not filed in nominations in 75 constituencies. I think that political parties must have been ready to file in all the constituencies.
Let's get into the text messages and see how the inbox is looking like this particular morning. 0979 958392 is the number that you are using to write to us on. Later on as well, we'll be getting to tackle into all of these issues that we have obtaining. This one says, good morning, lovely panelists. My good friends, Mike, Makokwa, and Sister Ndashi. Nothing to comment about today. August tells us all well-meaning Zambians vote for HH7. He's done a lot for the past 5 years in power. The nationalist Henry Chola of Langililo and Kwacha constituency. That's in Kitwe. Thank you so much, Mr. Henry Chola. We appreciate your contribution this morning to the program.
It is 0979958392. We are going through the inbox right now because we've already gone through some of the calls. Good morning, panel. It seems those people reminiscent are selling their candidatures. We know Zambians the way they behave. Bantu Neba, Atile, Halulu. Even the ones who were not fit to be MPs were in the race. Ki Maswabi, senior citizen. Yes, I tried. I heard some giggles here and there.
That is lousy. That is lousy for you. This one says, in Luansha, it's only Ron and Luansha United, which did not spring from Luansha Amateur Football Association, that is LAFA, which I formed in the early 80s, being an advocate for change in 2021 rather. I used my influence to heavily campaign for UPND, but contrary to campaign promise that the Public Order Act will be repealed, it was infringing on our rights of assembly during meetings, matters, and tournaments. I am taken aback to find that a gathering bill has been advanced and football enthusiasts now blame me for duping them. In order to save my image, I humbly appeal to His Excellency HH not to assent to the gathering bill. Victor Chisela from Luansha. Thank you very much, Mr. Chisela. I appreciate it.
Yes, we really appreciate it. This one says, good morning, panelists. Kwacha was found at 7 Kwacha in 2011, but at 22 Kwacha in 2021, and Kwacha was found at 22 Kwacha in 2021. And it's at 18 in 2026. Who can doubt this clear progress? The pretext of coming to change the economy by the opposition is neither here nor there. Most things are happening for the first time now. This can clearly be explained. They either want to come and cover up their evils committed or come to destroy the development already on course. We Zambians should never allow them. Samuel, calling from Lusaka, Zambia. Or writing to us from Lusaka, Zambia, really. Thank you so much, Samuel.
Do you go in an election with your eyes wide open, knowing you're going to lose, and you call that democracy? No, that is not being wise. A wise person will leave the stage while the audience is still clapping, and that is wisdom. There's no name attached to this one, but we do thank you for your contribution.
Good morning, panel. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleaded. With this, I'm so pleased, I think, with this presentation. That's how campaigns must be done. Ideologies and not name calling. I have always wanted to know the manifesto from most opposition parties, but all they do is name calling and threats. Shame upon them. How I wish that most journalists can use the same narrative. I tell it blank and tell those politicians to go issue-based and not threats and name-calling. Greetings to Mr. Banda from Sinda, pa ground pali bwino Petronella mwene. Thank you very much, Petronella. We appreciate your text message, appreciate your contribution.
Good morning, Brother Mike. Hope Mr. Mwewach Tambala has learned his lessons from yesterday's judgment. If there are people who have abused cyberspace, Mr. Mwewa is one of them. Indeed, it is true. Everyone can grow old, but not everyone can grow up. No named.
That's interesting.
The views expressed on this program do not represent the views of the presenters or Crown TV. These are the views of the people entirely, and value your opinions here.
This one says, good morning, my Chaba. Any normal person with a discerning mind knew that Sean Maziro's Tembo was merely being dramatic with his tantrums like a spoiled child. His many stage managed acts include wailing upon hearing that ECR was dead, but failed to drop any tear. He merely faked to appear more traumatized by the death than Tassila, despite having been previously brutalized by ECR's ruthless PF cadres who had left him for the dead. This is Kima Swabi Luli Sililo Maswabi of Mungu.
Yes, indeed. This one says, good morning, my good people, following from Kawe. The issue of political withdrawal from participations in elections. When people withdraw from elections, their voice is not heard. Fewer votes mean leaders are chosen by fewer people, and the winners may not represent everyone. Very sad development. Tembo Bidiot. Thank you very much, Mr. Tembo, for your text. We appreciate.
Yes, Mr. Tembo, we really appreciate you. I like that song.
Give me song.
By Black Power Band, Bisangwea by Chairman to UP. I liken that song by Black Power Band, Bisangwea by Chairman to UPND, Lusaka Mayoral candidate Chitambala Mwewa, who has been fined 20,000 kwacha by a court for spreading falsehood, which defamed Mwalimu, a trader. If Mwewa is voted as mayor, how far will he go when it comes to defaming others? Because he has already said that UPND wanted to block him so that he could not review the shortfalls at Lusaka City Council. Lusaka residents, are you not sitting on a time bomb? Victor Chisela of Luansha comes back again to ask that particular question. Thank you so much, Victor. We appreciate it.
If you want to know more about the current regime's brutality, ask Gary and Combo. No name attached to this one.
Thank you very much. I urge some opposition candidates not to pray to the mass news headlines to win support from voters. The language was there before, but none helped out. Use civil language to win votes. Otherwise, aluta continua with HHPD in Pemba. Thank you very much, PD. We appreciate your contribution.
Could it be Patson Daka? But anyways, PD, we really appreciate the fact that you were to us this morning. Morning, panelists. I love the president, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema. He is a peacemaker, and we will give him big votes from Mwakamui Oscar. Oscar Mwakamui, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. We really appreciate it.
Good morning, Crown TV and Zambia. Good analysis you're doing. Well, Makokwa, you have God-given wisdom. The bishop.
Thank you very much, the bishop. We appreciate the bishop.
Yeah.
Morning, CTV, looking good as always. If more jobs have been created, why more youths are turning into junkies? If dollar is at 18, why are things high prices? And shortage of money in circulation. There's no name to that, but we appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming through.
Yes, indeed. Good morning. The brutality of cadres withdrawal of competitors in elections, more especially in the so-called UPND strongholds, is worrisome, an indicator that the UPND is not an attractive political party in terms of democratic principles. This makes it more worse with the issuance of double nomination certificates. Bigton of Lundazi. Thank you so much, Bigton. We appreciate your thoughts this morning, and thank you for writing to us.
Morning, Crown. The sentiments coming from Silumbe are barely hippos pocus and rhetoric. Does he know that what brutality is? Okay, with no justification, we are better now. Let him mature. MC all the way in Kitwe.
Thank you very much, MC. Good morning, Mike, Bokozi, and our beautiful Ndashi. We want to see if the opposition can campaign in UPND strongholds. Wokozi, we will show a Tembo, we will show Tembo, I think, fill in or what Chingandopu are watching from Nampundwe. Thank you very much, Wondopu. We appreciate your text message.
Yes, we really appreciate it. Good morning, Zambia. Please, let's move forward with our body, HH, not going back to be killed and gassed. No name to it, but thank you so much for writing to us.
Good morning, panel. God bless you and have a wonderful day. William Tonga, all the way from Jack in Lusaka.
0979958392 is the number. Good morning, Crown TV. Ndalama, zirikuti, zirikuli. Time for Tantameni is over. The time when money was being distributed at rallies, the new Don says, if you don't work, you will not eat. You can't expect money from heaven. Brian Muhali from Mongo. Thank you very much, Muhali. We appreciate your text.
Yes, indeed. The opposition leader like Harry Kalaba and the likes of Brian Mundubile, how will you form government if you can't field in opposition at parliamentary and municipality level? How will you defeat an incumbent who defeated a sitting head of state without at least having MPs? In 2021, the UPND went into an election with structures at every level, and we never had anything like unopposed victories. I personally think opposition leaders in these elections have sold out already and are not interested in winning the elections. There is no name to this one, but thank you for your text message.
Good morning, royal family. It's very shocking for the ECZ to say is a church during nominations, and later the government clarifies that PEP is not a church, is a sad development. RBM Matera North, thank you so much for your contribution this morning. It is 0979958392.
Yes, indeed. This one says, good morning, Crown TV. Makokwa Ndashi. Watching you from Arakan Barracks, Lusaka, enjoying the program. Amuchwaniko, have a blessed day. Looking good, my beautiful family. Auntie Inonge Lizzie Sililo Chinkumba. Ritume Sangwe, Auntie Inonge. Thank you very much for your text.
Yes, indeed. We appreciate you for coming through, and we really appreciate it. 0979958392 is the number. Good morning. There are so many presidential escorters. Some of them could have stood in other allies as MPs. This is the end of the so-called president's careers. They will end up as street politicians without access to the parliament. No name as well again, but thank you so much for your thoughts and contribution.
Good morning, Crown TV. These politicians always talk about changing the economy, and yet we have failed to maintain our currency, which has changed 7 times with each president. First, let's maintain our currency, then economy. These politicians are too greedy. America has maintained its since inception. This is MK all the way in Pika. Thanks so much for sending us a text message this morning. The 0979958392.
Imingalatom Zambia yachita over Mbewe Chama district. Thank you very much, Mr. Mbewe. We appreciate that Chama is watching.
Yes, we really appreciate that. And this one says, good morning, comrades. Loving the program. Watching from Katibamulilo border, WC Chinga. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's good to know that you are watching us from those ends of the country. It's good to know that.
I thought Katima Mulilo was a road. Good morning, my good people. Following you from Kabwe, the issue of political withdrawal from participations in elections. When people withdraw from elections, their voice is not heard. Fewer votes mean leaders are chosen by fewer people, and the winners may not represent everyone. Very sad development. Tembo Billiot, thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you indeed. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. 0979958392 is the number on your screens, and that's the number that you're getting to use to get in touch with us on as we are looking at these particular issues. And yes, this is where we get to find ourselves at when it comes to comments that are coming through from the people. Others are saying, you know, fewer people might not mean fewer voters, and they might not really represent them the views or the interests of the majority at the end of the day when it comes to election results, Sarkozy.
The withdrawal of candidates should not be blamed on anybody. Maybe there's a text, was that a text of somebody who was saying that it's maybe people are withdrawing because of violence. I think that yes, on that score, then we need to work hard to ensure that we have peaceful elections and that we avoid this issue of violence. But otherwise, to blame a ruling party for people that are withdrawing on their own, when you, as a political party, did not make any efforts to field any candidates there. In fact, it would have given you an advantage because the votes are not being spread anymore.
Exactly.
There are only a few candidates. So you did not field. And you want to complain because somebody who fielded and they've faced their own challenges, they've decided that they cannot go ahead, they decide to withdraw. You begin to blame them. I think that it is very, very unfair. I come back to what I used to say a few months ago to say, look, the election is not very far away from now. There is need for the opposition to put their houses in order. So I think that there was need at that particular time to stop pointing fingers at each other and stop bickering amongst themselves and start strategizing for the August 13 election. As opposed to what we saw, where we discovered that just a few months to the election, just about 80 something days to the elections, then they begin now to come together and form alliances. Maybe it would have been a little bit too late. So if they had organized their houses and they had put everything in order, they will still have a hard time to sit to it to ensure that people, their followers, know the direction that they're taking and they would stand in those areas. Mr. Moses was asking, independent, is it that there are no human beings there to challenge? Or okaluze iminina, as long as you give competition to that particular candidate. And I agree. And even without just people standing independent, there should have been political. We have a number of political. Remember the number of political parties that went to Murungushi, who were introducing themselves in very interesting and strange ways. Where are they? These are the political parties that we should have seen. At least even if they are not participating at the presidential level, they could have been. Exactly. At the constituency level, the mayoral and local government level. We should have seen councillors from those parties and other political parties. At least
you have to use that word.
then we will have seen that political parties that we saw at Mulungushi at least are somewhere on the ground and making headways because they've started at councillor level. Of course, very soon we will see them at the parliamentary level. I love the UPPZ. The UPPZ is not a very old political party, but I think that they've strived to participate in most parliamentary by-elections that we saw. So it shows that at least the party is somewhere developing on the ground, which I think is the most important thing, rather than just showing up at the ECZ meeting at the Mulungushi International Conference Center, and then you go back, there's literally nothing. And now you understand why people were saying, I am alone because of security reasons. But maybe it's because even where they're coming from, they are alone. They can't even field a councillor anywhere. So to blame that person, that individual has decided to challenge and then he has failed, he withdraws, is unfair. You are a political party, you take somebody to go and stand there.
But like in the Bible, it says, many are called, but few are chosen. In this case, 30 were called, but only 11 made it to the ballot sheets. But just looking at what the last comments that was made in our inbox, one of the messages that really stood out to me was the fact that one of our viewers mentioned that it's quite interesting because going into this election, it doesn't really seem like there are going to be a lot of people who are actually going to be going to to the voting polls because of the way things have been, coming up, and how, the opposition haven't really gotten their things sorted out together. And it also kind of doesn't really look likely. Of course, we still have 77 days until the 13th of August. It doesn't really look likely that 5 million votes that the president is actually gunning for might actually happen, because word on the ground, or the way things are happening on the ground, is people are looking a bit apathetic because of, being swayed left, right, and center. They don't really know which way they want to go, and that unfortunately leads to voter apathy. But we're just hoping, it's going to be interesting to see if the 5 million votes will be attained. But remember, only 7 million plus people had actually, registered to be voters. So all eyes on the after 77 days.
Exactly, that's what we're going to be doing. But obviously, just also to re-echo what Sarkozy did mention, it is very wrong or unfair, really, to condemn or blame somebody that decides to pull out of a certain race of either on council chairmanship, or even mayoral or parliamentary. And remember that countrywide, it's not only in parliamentary that people are pulling out of the race. There's others as well that were standing for mayoral seats that have decided to say, you know what, I've withdrawn. And there's pretty much basically a lot of reasons that can lead to that. And others, I've heard some comments that say, those were merely just people that were in the United Party for National Development. They weren't adopted, and out of frustration, they decided to go a certain way. But obviously, the word in the UPND also has been, we did get to hear this from, National Youth Chairperson Gilbert Liswaniso, saying that there won't be an allowance of anybody. If you're not adopted, if as long as you're a member of the party, don't think of getting to go independent. So those could be issues of, after frustration, you get to sit down, you have self-introspection, you think about it, and then you look at what the greater cause at the end of the day is, and you just decide to say, you know what, I think let's just put the weight behind this particular candidate, because at the end of the day, it is the party, after getting to consult, after getting to think through, you decide, or you realize that you reach that particular point of saying what is the benefit even at the end of the day. In Livingston, for instance, Evans Fenete was not adopted, but he has decided to rally behind the Madame Yvonne, and also the other for these two constituencies that have been picked by the UPND. And it was actually yesterday I was reading a story where he's donated cattle to help with the campaign for both the constituencies. And this is in the spirit to see to it that this is our party, this is our ideologies. Whoever gets to be at the helm of it, all that we need to do is just us to rally behind them, and also just get to support the team as we get to go on this particular trajectory of delivering development to the people of this particular constituency. But people get to receive certain, especially failure is received differently by many people, emotionally as well. Hence, could have had seen that particular issue of people getting to say, no, me, I'm going independent, because how? Maybe there was an issue of thinking that you are more popular on the ground than the other, and you think that because on the ground you are this known, you can garner up support than the other person. But after getting to think through it, you just said, no, let's just leave it like that.
But sometimes maybe even when you go independent, you before the nominations, you were in the field and people loved you and told you, come on, we want you, and then the nominations come, and then you are not adopted by the party, and then you decide to go independent, and then you go back to the ground, and then you find those people that were saying that you are the one we want have even changed their mind. They want to go with the party. What do you do next? But it doesn't mean that you can never win as an independent. We saw JJ Banda, former member of parliament for Petaoke. He beat a ruling party then, the sitting member of parliament, Honorable Dora Sidia, when he went independent in that particular constituency. So I think that if you have the capacity, you can go for it. The people, it depends on what you have done. The people on the ground give you all the support. You can win it. I remember another one was Honorable Hamsunse for is it Nangoma, also went independent some time back and beat the current MP and beat the MP, the sitting MP then, and beat his political party, which was the UPND, that did not adopt him at that particular time. We have seen a lot of others. Munia Zulu as well was independent. So there were, if I'm not mistaken, about 17 independent members of parliament in the last sitting. So people should not get scared. There are a lot of independents that have won. There are a lot of people that have won as independents. So withdrawing is not a good thing. If you have the support, you have the resources, you have the capacity, go for it. And a standard is, if you have stood as an independent, go for it and continue. You can just win it as well. But for those that are withdrawing, they have, of course, if you ask them or if they have a briefing, there's a statement that we will not miss. After wide consultations with family members and everything.
After careful consideration.
Yes, after careful consideration. So they have made those considerations and decided it's not worth it going for it. So we should not blame them. We should not kill them for the decision that they have made. And we should not blame anybody else. If we wanted, we could have sent in our own candidates. But since the political parties that are participating in these elections have decided that they don't want to participate, what more if the political party does not make it? What about an independent?
Yes, indeed. Now, even though as the full officially verified list of all the 16 UPND parliamentary aspirants who, according to reports, have gone unopposed, has not yet been published by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. There are some names that you might be in the need of knowing. Trevor Mwinde of Choma South constituency is one that, is, according to the public, information in the public, that is going unopposed. Edgar Siaka Joma of Kalomo South constituency as well. There is Vumango Musumari of Zambezi West constituency. Clement Andeleki of Kazungula North constituency. Siakole Nshimunya of Sinazongwe constituency. Jack Mwimbu, Monze East of constituency. Liua, Dr. Mstumbeko Msokotwani, we're being told that is Kembe. Princess Kasune goes unopposed as well there after other, contestants did withdraw from the race. Plus others as well that we're going to be getting to put you in the know of. The list is pretty much that particular long, but I know that there's some sports that Dash wants to talk about. And there was a game that was played yesterday, Dash.
Yeah, no, it's just simple. Crystal Palace, they sent off Oliver Glasner.
It was a final, and she says it's just simple.
It's simple.
A final that Liverpool did not qualify for.
We don't play in Conference League, thank you very much. And we never come second place.
Okay.
If it's not second, it's first. If it's not first, at least we've qualified. But Crystal Palace was playing against Rayo Vallecano in the Conference League final last night, and they emerged as victors. And this was Oliver Glasner's third major trophy, and he actually won the FA Cup in the 2024-25 season. There was the Community Shield that they'd actually managed to beat Liverpool. I know that's why there was a little smirk on Mr. Cozy's face. And then obviously now they've managed to bag the Conference League, which means that they're going to be playing in Europa football next season, which is something that's monumental for this club. And it's quite interesting because for quite some time they didn't actually manage to go away with silverware, and now they've got themselves a third trophy in the last 2 years. So that is him saying goodbye, and he's managed to bag 3 trophies on his leaving the club, which is quite remarkable because they didn't really have a good campaign in the Premier League itself. They were actually, they finished in the second half of the table, but that's just him, Oliver Glasner, with the FA Cup trophy for 2024, and then the Community Shield, and then of course now the Conference League. So that's a good send-off that the team players had managed to give him. And despite Rayo Vallecano losing, the fans were still quite happy about it. I don't know why, but they were still jovial. But that's just them with the celebrations. And what a good team this is. They perform pretty well. I don't know if you managed to watch the match.
Jean-Philippe Mateta, yes, I did. Jean-Philippe Mateta, the French international, got the all-important goal. for Crystal Palace. He's been very, very instrumental for Palace in the previous games. A few months, he's been fantastic for them. I think that he has been one of the most feared strikers in the English Premier League. And he got that's him there. He got the winning goal. He is going to the World Cup with France. And I think that this is a good thing for Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace lost quite a number of remarkable players. Eze, who is now with Arsenal, and Olise, who is now with Bayern Munich in Germany, were part of this team. So they kept the faith, they kept on going, and they are the champions in the Conference League. So it's something that a club would want to end with at the end of the season, as opposed to going empty-handed like some clubs. It's a good thing.
Like some clubs that you don't mention names?
Yes.
That's just him
Tomras
celebrating.
Nankula.
But it's quite interesting because they scored in the second half and it was in the 50th minute somewhere in that region. And for them to hold on to that 1-goal lead, they held on with dear life. And that's why they celebrated the way that they did.
Yeah, it showed a lot of discipline, tactical discipline on the part of the players and the coaches, coaching staff, to ensure that they defend that goal that they scored almost just somewhere around 5 minutes into the second half. It is not easy, especially in a final, because you know that the opponents will now come at you, because there's nothing like we will defend when you come at in the second round, or we will attack in the second round. This is it's only 90 minutes, so you go for it there and then. I think that Crystal Palace did a very good job in trying to protect that lead.
That's in the world of sports, but it's been a spectacular 3 hours, guys. What are your final thoughts on what we've been discussing, looking at the issue of the PEP as well as, the withdrawals of these aspirants? What are your final thoughts?
Well, I'm hoping that we use social media for good and disseminating the right information and not trying to sway the minds of the people of society. So that's just with regards to what happened with ECZ and them just rubbishing the reports about Mundubile as well as Makebi Zulu with regards to the suggested reports saying that they might have been removed from the run-in of the elections.
So, Kosi?
Yeah, I think that we should refrain from fake news that is circulating on social media. I think that also we are lucky that now there was a change in the constitution, and now if a candidate withdraws, those that remain will go ahead, as opposed to a few months ago, when if a candidate withdraws, then the whole nomination, people will have to start afresh in that particular constituency. Now they're pulling out, but we are still going ahead, which I think is a good thing for an election. And I last but not the least, I think I just want to ensure, to advise young people to ensure that they stick to the Electoral Code of Conduct and not allow themselves to be used as tools of political violence. Refrain. If anybody comes to you to come and tell you to go and fight, then they are not a good leader. Refrain from all sort of political violence, so that we have a peaceful election.
The big word there is refrain, and that is how we actually close off today's broadcast of the Royal Breakfast Show. Thank you so much to everybody that has been a part of it, from production team, transmission, and everybody else in studio, Mr. Makokwa Ndashi and myself. My name is Mike. There's Conversations at 1 coming up at 13 hours. Do sure to stick around and get to hear first-hand credible information right here on Crown Television, DSTV channel 277, GoTV 23, and on Topstar channel 89. Until tomorrow, it's bye for now and stay blessed.